Welcome back to the Earth Temple, everybody, and welcome back to Wallmaster Alley.
Wallmaster Alley.
If you ain't paying attention, you're gonna get a Wallmaster. And hi, Medley.
Who's staring at the wall?
The target of our abuse, and yeah, she's staring at the wall. And yeah, by the way, speaking of abuse, I will not stop getting the hatred. It's like, you guys abused Medley.
We're so mean to poor Medley.
We are, and it's mostly my fault because I keep on accidentally pressing buttons.
Stop pressing buttons and throwing her at the wall. What'd she do to you?
She did everything to us.
Have you seen those red eyes? That means she's evil.
Red eyes, take warning.
Eventually there will be a Legend of Zelda Wind Waker 2 where we'll find out Medley was the real villain all along.
Or did she come from Resident Evil?
Yes, she did. That too. That too. She is a zombie Medley. She just hasn't told anybody yet. She can control them all. It's a sad state of affairs. All right, so now we get to deal a little bit more with light puzzles, which, as you can see, with the mirror shield is going to be a lot easier than trying to do this on our own. So happy Monday, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. For me, I'm just barely coming back from a very long vacation and much, much needed. So first of all, thank you guys so much for being patient with me as I took that time off. And also to the Shadow Blazer because, you know, he kind of sat there and was patient with me. Like, we could be recording right now. No, I just want to veg out. I want to take care of myself here. Because I'm officially back at work today. And I'm happy to be back. I don't want people to get the wrong idea, but obviously some changes are probably gonna have to come down the pike somewhere down the line. So you guys get to look forward to that.
Yeah.
And also the fact that I think we've betrayed you because I think we said we were going to do.
I think you can hit it, can't you?
No, he's still transparent.
Oh, I thought you turned him solid.
I did, but then we had the cutscene, and that ate through the time. Yay, bombs! And I think we actually deceived people because I think we said in one of our parts we were going to do a Q&A, and I don't remember which one. But now we've delayed it a week because I think you had work stuff come up, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so unfortunately we couldn't do it that way, but you guys will get a Q&A and...
Oh wait, it wasn't work, it was just group rewatch. Work was Friday. That's why I couldn't do Geek News.
Group rewatch of
an anime.
Yeah, which one?
It's Phantom. Requiem for the Phantom.
Ah, okay.
The one you helped us determine by your flipping of the coin.
But why would you want to watch that? It's got a creepy dude. It's an anime. All animes have at least one creepy dude.
Well, this creepy dude is actually, you know, kind of justified, I gotta say, compared to most other creepy old perverted men in anime. Because he's an exploitive, terrible person. He's not the perverted old mentor.
What's wrong with the perverted old mentor? Master Roshi for the win. Like 80% of humor in Dragon Ball can be traced back to Master Roshi.
Master Roshi.
Because he is, in fact, the Master Vader. He really it's one of those things that I really like DBZ Abridged, that they took that whole concept to a whole new level. Oh yeah, by the way, die re-dead.
And Keys.
Well, like the perfect example, if anybody doesn't know it, eventually you find out that Master Roshi has a submarine. So the Abridged actually made it so it was named Madek.
Of course it was.
So then eventually when he would want to get away, he'd be like, "Pig, get my dick!" Ha!
Red Rupee.
Or eventually when Goku's in pain and he has to run up the stairs, he'd be like, "Goku's in pain, run up the stairs!" He's like, I'm coming! I came! Ah!
Nice, I think you took out that keys with the thing.
I didn't take out a keys, but I took out a bat.
Well, I think the lid did it.
Yeah,
Quick, my young ward, hand me the bat keys. so we can take care of Skeletor's doggy cousin.
Pass the mustard.
Dog fuzz.
Batman, pass the mustard. Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne, Batman. Sorry, Batman, but I needed those stamps. Alex has this look of, we can't reference old Grumps episodes anymore. Why not?
Because we do too much, I guess.
I guess so.
No, I'm kidding. We can
Oh, by
always
the way, I forgot to share the good news with you, Alex. So people have been asking like how the Adpocalypse has affected us. It's officially affected us.
Oh yeah? Did we finally get demonetized?
Yes, so both Drak and Shadow as well. Double check your channel too, because I got a notification. But Drak and Shadow and Drak have officially been labeled as not advertiser friendly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Or at least some videos have. I can't remember the ones off the top of my head for Drak and Shadow, but Drax was like, my review of Horizon Zero Dawn was not advertiser friendly.
Why the hell not?
Which is funny because I praised it all up and down. I praised that thing all up and down. Most of our Order 1886 Let's Play was not appropriate, but that may not be our fault because, well, there's a lot of penises in the Order 1886. Let's just be honest about it. And a lot of boobs.
Well,
And a lot of, oh, hello!
Well, there is in The Walking Dead, but I don't see them demonetizing AMC.
Yeah, and here's the thing. These were videos that were demonetized.
So go.
Oh, I can't remember the Drak and Shadow ones, but it was like little bits. It was little bits and pieces of Let's Plays here and there. It's like, okay, well, some of them were Nintendo, so already Nintendo doesn't care because they would immediately copyright strike us if they were given the opportunity. But then there were a few others was like, oh, we played this one game that was wholesome and family oriented. I think a Monkey Island part was in there too. Like first Monkey Island, not the one we just barely recorded.
Right.
So, like, that was a pretty family safe part, and we were not advertiser friendly. So I guess my question is, YouTube, can I talk to the advertisers? Because
No,
I'm pretty sure I have a feeling they would not agree with you on this.
No, but you can appeal it.
Oh yeah, and I've appealed a few of them. Order 1886, I haven't, just because, well, I can't remove what's in the game, guys. I'm not gonna blur out boobs, you know?
Well, I still would, because I say go fuck yourself with that stupid policy. Because it's the most stupid and hypocritical policy ever devised.
What part?
The whole thing, the whole unadvertiser friendly, because...
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking like my blurring of boobs was the problem.
No, the whole concept of your video is not deemed advertiser friendly. But the whole YouTube's guidelines of what is advertiser friendly, it's like all bullshit you can see on CNN anyway. So go.
Well, again, go check your thing because
I don't think I got anything.
One thing I would be very interested in is if you got demonetized reviews, and some of them were positive reviews.
It's not the matter of positivity or not. It's just
I
because
think he just wants you to check.
I know, but it absolutely made me laugh my butt off that, you know, there were a couple of reviews in there, and two of them were positive. Two of them were like I said, Horizon Zero Dawn. I didn't speak badly of that game.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's not about whether it's positive or not. It's just based on predetermined guidelines. It's like, okay, does it have violent content? Does it have nudity? Does it have references to crime?
Honest, it's algorithm based.
Yes.
So it's not even a human deciding this. It's a system that has said, okay, follow this this flow chart, and if one thing comes out, then you have to mark it.
I don't
So
think
like
I would.
if this is violent, then you mark it. If
don't
it's got
think-
sexually explicit material, you mark it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I have, because none of my videos are actually monetized. I have the option enabled, but I don't have anything monetized right now.
Okay. Because I would laugh. Sorry, I got an ice cube in my mouth. It's almost like I'm drinking ice water on a hot day. So it would make me laugh my butt off if all of a sudden your Cardcaptor Sakura review came back as not monetizer, not advertiser friendly, and you were positive about it. It's like, yeah, that's absolutely hilarious. He's speaking. He's like sharing his joy with the world, and you basically say, "Oh no, that's horribly violent."
Even though it's not.
No, it's not.
It's such a family-friendly show. It's adorable and family-friendly, and all people should watch it because it's great. But too bad NISA didn't give two shits about it when they re-released it. Because they...
So, can we be honest about this really quick? Is this going to be the thing that eventually will blow up in YouTube's face?
Let's hope so.
But do we think it's going to be it?
I don't know. I wish I'd...
I kind of think it is, because more and more content creators on YouTube are now going the route of looking elsewhere to monetize the content. So in perfect example here, a lot of Let's Players are looking into recording live on Twitch and then breaking it up into parts and put it up on YouTube. But that way they get the Twitch money to make up for whatever they might lose on YouTube. Or podcasts are now going down the sponsorship route. They're getting the solid sponsorships instead of just monetizing on YouTube.
And a lot of people are turning to Patreon now. So.
Yes, Patreon is a big thing now. In fact,
so
I'm not even going to lie here. I have considered, like, where I wasn't strongly considering it before, I am strongly considering getting a Patreon for at least the podcast. And it's simply because...
Well, what kind of reward tiers would you give?
I don't know how I'd do that, but I am I'm honestly considering it because,
well, the
it's one of those things where if the podcast got popular, I'd have no problem sharing it on YouTube. Now I'm not even considering sharing it on YouTube. I'm actually saying, no, you got to go to our RSS feed because that's how we're going to be able to get the money off of it. Or I'm looking at like more legit sponsorships instead of just relying on monetization.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was already doing that to an extent. Like I was looking at vendors at cons and saying, would you like to sponsor my product? Kind of thing.
So they say you're not advertiser friendly. Is that when you can't apply advertisements?
That's
your video is demonetized.
Okay.
And so any ads are. I'm trying to think. Are ads still shown on demonetized videos? I don't think they are.
Don't think
they
are.
Immediately demonetize them.
I want to say I've heard of cases where ads are still shown anyway, but obviously the creators aren't getting the money.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's just the whole...
Are the creators getting money, or are the legit companies getting the money?
Like, nobody's getting the money.
So at that point, even content creators like Nintendo or even big companies like Nintendo are getting screwed.
Again, that's just something I think I might have heard, but I don't really recall. So don't quote me on that, because I could be totally off base on that. But, it's because I don't think it's quite the same as, like, creating a copyright gridlock.
No, not really. So at that point, I mean, like, I have considered it at least for the podcast, because really when I look at things on my channel, like, what do I actually want to be earning a living off of? Podcast. And now I'm looking at YouTube and going, well, it doesn't even look like it's worthwhile to do. I'll admit, I even considered, like, it's not even worthwhile for us to do the live streams of the podcast on YouTube anymore. Because I know that at least one Geek News episode was not advertiser friendly.
Oh yeah, that was...
And it was
the couples episode.
Like a month or two ago. And I think it was one of the ones where we were talking about YouTube's policy.
Of course.
So that's the funniest part about that whole thing is, oh, look, YouTube, you can't handle criticism to save your life.
Well, didn't they also do on the Geekies couples episode or so?
Yeah, so the Geeky Couples Why We Geek also got demonetized.
Oh, wow.
And that's probably one of the more... I'm trying to, because a lot of the Why We Geek episodes have been positive. Like, we haven't had, negative feedback or anything like that to say. Like, I don't think we will, because that's not the purpose of the show.
It's hard to believe, because it's like, what controversial subjects could possibly be demonetized?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, this is why this policy is such horseshit.
Well, and technically, I mean, if you want to take the PC route into this whole thing, that's probably the most PC episode I have of Why We Geek. Okay, I think we can agree on that. That's probably the most PC episode I have. Because I am involving Brenton Volley and his husband-to-be. So at that point, I'm showing real diversity. and it got demonetized. I don't even... Have I told Brinton yet? Like, I don't think I've told Brinton yet. I just barely found out. So I'll probably send him a quick text and just tell him, oh yeah, apparently we're not advertiser friendly, so sorry. And then there was some of the Resident Evil parts that I did with Aldo were not advertiser friendly, but you know, we did, one of them was talking about Naruto fanfiction, so I'll give them that. You know, that was because the part they got in particular was the one where we were making the jokes about Sasuke. So I'll give them that. That wasn't very advertiser friendly, but again, I don't see the problem here. Really, really don't. So YouTube, if you want to educate me on the matter, I'll learn your sensitivity training and then throw it right back in your face, is really what's going to happen. No, dude, we've had tons of stuff happen since I went on vacation and now I'm back. So yeah, my channel is no longer advertiser friendly. Drak Shadow is no longer monetizer friendly.
Or at least a couple of videos. Hopefully not everything.
Which I'm happy to say, I think I double checked, and the more popular videos we've done are still not in that list yet. So like 1% in Shadow of the Empire, not in there. Jack and Daxter 1 Part 5, not in there. Maybe Ava made it, but I don't know. I'll have to double check. It was all just little pieces of Let's Plays here and there. Like one part in this Let's Play, one part in this Let's Play. So am I worried about it for Drak Shadow? Not really. Not really, because, I mean, once we get the product out there, I honestly don't believe that if we want to make Drak Shadow like a legit thing, that the way to go through that would be through the YouTube monetization. It would probably be to get a Patreon or to seek out legit sponsors, which is another thing a lot of YouTubers are doing now. They're going after the sponsors themselves and getting the legit sponsorship.
Oh, I've kind of come to dislike Patreon more and more now.
What specifically about Patreon do you not like?
It's mostly just because I gotta get the idea. Well, this might kind of sound dumb because it's kind of the whole point, but I am kind of hating the way creators treat the Patreon system. Is like, okay, if you pay into my Patreon, then you're in the club and you mean everything. If you're not, well, too bad. I don't care about you. It's sort of, I feel like it's sort of cutting off half of your audience who can't really afford to pay monthly for your videos. And
I see your point, but it's also encouraging loyalty.
I know it's encouraging loyalty, but you can still, I think you can be a loyal watcher and,
before Patreon,
and not have to pay into Patreon.
Before Patreon, like, I was, I knew of a few podcasts that were doing manual donations. So you would manually donate to their PayPal, but they restricted it heavily. They would not take donations upwards of like $5.
Yeah.
And the reason they did that was because they knew that their podcast was being listened to by tens, even hundreds of thousands of people. And so all they needed to do was have those people donate $1 or $5 and you're fine.
Which I like better, really.
But here's the thing. They imposed it.
Yeah.
Okay? And unfortunately, not everybody on Patreon does that. Like, they put up the $20 donations and all that.
Well, and it's also the whole spiel, like, it's the tier reward system where people will give rewards for people who pay out. Mm-hmm. Which is fine, because again, you're paying for that, so you do earn so I think you earn the privilege of having like a special request build, but it's sort of like, yeah, but for the rest of us who would love to put in a special request.
Well, it depends on the request, because I will say one of my biggest pet peeves of Patreon is if you pay this much, you get a credit in my video. Mm-hmm. Bull crap. I donated. That's all that matters to that. And trying to encourage me to pay, because in a lot of cases it's like, $1, thank you. $5, you get a credit in my video.
Yeah,
so
along with like 50 other people.
For the added bonus of $4 extra, I get my name added into your credits, which, let's look at logic here. Most of the time when people are watching these videos, they're not watching the credits.
It's true. Plus with such a low tier of like, oh, you get your name added to the credits.
Yeah.
Well, then like when it's that low of a tier, then like you're gonna have like 10 million people do that. And Kickstarters are really guilty of this too. Like video game Kickstarters or movie Kickstarters are especially guilty of this, where like for this low amount, you can have your name listed in the credits or on the website, and it's like, yeah, and you're buried among like 500 other people.
Yeah,
like,
or in some cases like Shovel Knight, thousands.
My name's actually on Ukulele. You can find my name in the video game credits because I can.
And you could find. Is it Shovel Knight or Broken Age? One of the two. I have a credit in there, but at that point, like, nobody cares because nobody's gonna watch a game all the way through the credits to see that. I will at least give credit to Shovel Knight, where they actually added a whole area devoted to the Kickstarters.
Yeah,
but they are one of many, many others. That
it's like there's kind of no point because it's like, yeah, getting your name in the credits.
We are boring the crap out of Andrew.
Yeah,
right now.
Getting your name in the credits, it's like great, but you're going to be buried among like 10,000 other people who also get their name in the credits because it's such a low and easy tier to buy into.
See,
I really wish more Kickstarters would make that a much higher tier to actually have a credits, so because it's like the whole point of getting a special thanks is people recognize you.
Because it's not that much effort. That's why that will never happen. Is because it takes 5 seconds to write your name into the credits.
I know, but the point is, it's like the point of getting your name in the credits is to get recognition and maybe a little notch on your resume. Maybe.
But at that point, I would dare bounce that back at people and go, "Are you really getting recognition?"
That's my point, because it's such a low tier, like 2,000 people do it. So it's like your recognition is moot because you're buried under so many people. So
and with that, we're going to go ahead and cut this conversation off. So when we get back, we just barely went into the boss door. We're going to face off against the boss of the Earth Temple.